Hi everyone. If you missed today's live presentation about animals that come from eggs, then here's the story that I wanted to share with you, the story that we read this morning. It's called Chickens Aren't the Only Ones by Ruth Heller. I'd ask you to think about what animals come from eggs besides chickens. And this book helps us to explore that. You might take a minute and stop the video and see how many you can come up with. That's what we did in class this morning. But here's the book. Chickens aren't the only ones. Chickens lay the eggs we buy, the eggs you boil or fry. Or die, like on Easter or for Easter celebrations. Or if you leave it alone so you can see what grew inside naturally. So if you don't do anything to eggs and they have a little warmth from the sun if it's warm enough, or they're in an incubator, or their mommy sits on them, the hen sits on them, or the mommy bird sits on them. Sometimes the daddy, though, then they'll grow into a bird. Chickens aren't the only ones. Got the peacock. Every bird, wild or tame, if they're wild or tame, they do the same. They lay eggs. The ostrich lays the largest egg. The hummingbird, the smallest. Chickens aren't the only ones. Most snakes lay eggs. You can see they have an oval egg. And lizards too. And crocodiles and turtles do. Turtles' eggs are really circular. And dinosaurs, who are extinct, but they are reptiles too. Frogs and toads and salamanders. And when they hatch, frogs and toads and salamanders lay eggs. And when they hatch, they're tadpoles who grow legs and climb a lily pad, just like their mom and dad. Their eggs are kind of slimy. They don't have claws or scaly skin. These animals are called amphibians. Fish eggs float up to the surface or sink to the bottom of the ocean floor. There's some eggs on the ocean floor. The mother seahorse lays her eggs into the father's pouch. He keeps them there until they hatch, and then he's through. I think that's nice of him, don't you? These fathers too are helping out by guarding eggs protected by the foamy mass that's floating by. And they won't leave until they're sure all the eggs have hatched. So you can see up there on the top is the floating mass with eggs inside. These don't look like eggs to me, but they were laid in the sea. This one by a shark, this one by a ray, is a mermaid's purse, they say. And if you can remember back in September when we went to the aquarium, we saw, and Miss Tina had some mermaids' purses. Did you guys see the rays? The octopus is said to shed 100,000 eggs and then to hang them up in strings attached to rocks or caves. Look at all those eggs. The moon snail's eggs are mixed with sand to form this collar-looking band. That doesn't even look like an egg at all, but they're mixed up in the sand. Oh, and spiders wrap their eggs in sacks. Snails, you know, are very slow, but they lay eggs that hatch and grow. So do insects, all insects who have 6 legs, because spiders are arachnids, they have 8. So these are all the insects. Insects who have 6 legs and lay many different kinds of eggs. This one will hatch into a hungry caterpillar who will grow and grow and grow and then climb up a stem and change into a chrysalis and change again one summer morn. That's how butterflies are born. Right now it's springtime and all these animals are getting ready to emerge and to hatch, or their mommies and daddies are laying eggs right now. The warm weather provides them a nice environment. Animals with fur or hair who nurse their young and don't lay eggs are known as mammals. So your dogs, your cats, your cows, those are all mammals. We are mammals. Our mommies and daddies didn't lay an egg. They had you alive. There are 2 exceptions, though. There's the spiny anteater and the duck-bill platypus, because this one has fur, but they lay eggs, and they both come from Australia. So they lay eggs, but they nurse their young as well. So they are 2 exceptions. Chickens aren't the only ones. There's no more to discuss. Everyone who lays an egg is called, and we learned this big word. It's a big word. When we learned it, it has 9 letters. It is called oviparous. So if you're an animal that lays an egg, you are called oviparous. And I wanted to show you a few. We did a little brain storming, and these are the animals that we thought of today. Let's see if I can get this better. So oviparous is in the middle. And we talked about chickens are all birds, snakes with their oval eggs, spiders, which are arachnids, all insects like ants and flies, fish, all fish and frogs, dinosaurs, of course. We added dragons because some believe that dragons lay eggs. The penguins, the platypus, ducks, turtles, lizards and alligators and more. So if you missed it, that's the book. Chickens aren't the only ones. And then if you're in my class and you go to the WhatsApp, you can find the directions to make your oviparous book. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.